Good morning, YouTube. I come to you today with a very heavy heart. We're going to call this the midweek update. I'm not going to start with what the really depressing news is. I'm going to lead off with our midweek update, which is what this video was supposed to be about. I'm actually kind of doing this off the cuff. Just saw something crazy. Checked my stocks just before the market opened. Right after. Wow, some crazy stuff going on. So stay tuned for that. But midweek update. It was looking good. We were up. We were up quite a bit. At the end of close Wednesday, I'm shooting this Friday morning. That's where I said we're going to jump into the future, which is actually the present. It's kind of a weird thing. Kind of messes with your mind when you think about this. Because this is supposed to be the midweek update, but I'm talking about Friday. All right. Anyhow, so the end of close Wednesday, we ended the day $135.58, up quite a bit. So we are over $100 up on our initial investment. So real good there. Made a couple questionable trades at the beginning of the week. I have two stocks that I had been sitting on. One of them, I had read some good news on it, had some good reports on it. I might have even got one as a freebie. I'd have to double check now I'm thinking about it. But it was my first stock that I said, hey, every time, I make a little bit of money off of my swing trades, I want to buy another share of that stock. I wanted that to be a good long-term stock. And then as time went on, it sounded like that was a good idea. There were reports they were going to buy out another company. The other company's stock went up, but mine just kind of sat there. So I wasn't real sold on it. It started to get kind of like negative reviews. Most of the big names out there absolutely hate this stock. It's Groupon. So I finally, it was starting to go up a little bit because I had actually I was down on my positions. I had bought a couple stocks low to kind of get my average cost down. But overall, I was down. It had a good week this week. It jumped up, so I sold it at a profit. I kind of regretted that decision for a minute because for about 2 days after I sold it, it kept going up and up and up. And I was like, wow, man, I left a lot of money on the table. Holy crap. Yeah, little did I know, that was the least of my worries this week. But I felt a lot better about it. The other one is a stock it hasn't gotten real favorable reviews, but it's one that I was, just for some reason, just probably because I actually use the product, I was absolutely in love with it, which is Fitbit. That's one where, depending on who you talk to, it's a terrible idea to invest in, or it's a great idea to invest in. I apologize, there's going to be a train going by, so you probably hear that in the background. But again, that's one where I bought it on... That was where I made, actually, kind of going back in time, I made one of my my biggest mistakes, just because of how much money I ended up leaving on the table with that one. I first looked at Fitbit when I initially, probably the first week or so that I was investing. That was before I knew about the limit orders and that kind of thing, and I was just doing market buys. What ended up happening is I had, what did I have? I think I had exactly $2 of buying power. And Fitbit was selling at $1.99. I mean, it had a huge dip, had a real big dip. So I went in, tried to do a market buy at $1.99. Price went up to $2.01. Oh well, I figured no big deal because it had gotten down to like $1.40 or something crazy. Well, of course, anybody that's followed Fitbit the past 2 months knows that it just kept going up and kept going up, kept going up. So I did get it at a low price. I ended up, I think, by the end, I had 5 shares that I bought at a couple different prices. Overall, Made a profit on those, did very well on those, but that's another one where that one ended up hitting like $4, and I'm like, oh my god, I finally got rid of it this week. I felt better about it because I just knew it wasn't something that was going to do me any good long term. It was just tying up funds that I could be using on some of these other long-term dividend stocks that I want to start moving into. But again, kind of left some money on the table there. But again, I left money on the table with Groupon. I left money on the table with Fitbit. But I feel better having gotten rid of those. And it was even though I left that money there, it was a good call because, like I said, I started off the week down, $130 or whatever. By midweek, I had, through my swing trades and things, jumped up to $135 at the end of Wednesday. Doing pretty good there. Something told me not to get real excited when I had that just freaking amazing day on Wednesday and ended up at 135 because I just had like this feeling in the pit of my stomach. Of course, yesterday, market opens, like everything I owned dropped. Actually, at the end of yesterday, at the close of business on Thursday, I was down to $131. $131. So I had a $4 drop. I mean, not a big deal. Now, those of you, there's something I'm going to point out in here if you pay real close attention to what that says. I didn't catch this yesterday. Otherwise, I would have known. My guess, if I had to guess, I think there's a glitch with the Robinhood app right now. I'm not for certain because if you paid real close attention, it says on the day I was down $48.74. But I only lost $4 on the day, which is a lot. So today, I actually took this. Did I take this one this morning? Yeah, I took it this morning before the market opened. So some of that information had already gone. But it's really weird. I don't know why it's saying I was down, because it says I was down 27%, and I didn't. I lost $4, which is not 27%. Now, the other weird thing, I went through right before the market opened. I was at the store, and I just wanted to see how my stuff was doing. I actually started off the day with a pretty bonehead move. I mean, this is definitely... this is bonehead. The trouble with penny stocks, which is what I do a lot of my day and swing trading with, is they are, as the name implies, very low value. They're very volatile. So some of those, they move fractions of a penny here and there, but some of them might, swing 15 or 20 cents throughout the course of a day, and that's where you can make the money. But it really is a lottery. It really is speculating because you don't know what way it's going to go. Well, I had a stock. I had made a couple trades with it. It was around 11 cents. Well, then all of a sudden it had shot up to 16 cents, and I thought for sure it was going to dive, and it didn't. Well, then it got to where it dropped down to about 14 cents, somewhere in there. So I'm like, all right, I want to get back in on this because it looked like it hit another resistance point and it was going to go back up. So I bought some shares. I forget where I bought them at. I'd have to look through my history. But I bought them at a couple different positions, one of which being, I think, 14.9 cents a share. Yesterday, late in the day, I had looked at it because it just kept going down, and I'm like, well, it's obviously going to go back down to where it had been before, probably make another resistance point, around 11, 12 cents. But if I had sold it there, I was going to be out 60 cents. So I was going to try to wait and see if it jumped up to like 12, 13 cents again. That way I could cut some of my losses there. And I look, and that stock wasn't on my list anymore. So I go through and I don't see anything where like Robinhood had traded it, because they did that with NEO a week ago. Anybody that was given a share of Neo that still had that share that Robinhood gave them. They paid them back, and I'm jumping all over the place. I definitely apologize for this, but that didn't really show up in the history. They just sent you an email saying, hey, we're selling this share. If you don't do anything with it, Tuesday we're going to sell it at the end of business. Didn't have anything. Didn't have any emails. Didn't have anything in my history where that stock had sold. So I actually searched that stock ticker, and it was trading at like $3.29, and I'm like, well, holy crap! What the heck? Is Robinhood trying to hose me? What's the deal here? Because it went from 12 cents at closing yesterday to $3.29. The thing is that when I scrolled down, it didn't have any history of my having ever bought or sold that stock. So then I went and looked through the history to see if, Robinhood done anything, sold, whatever. My buying power was still at 2 cents because I had bought into some positions late in the day yesterday, hoping for a jump at opening this morning, which I talk about that here in a second. But it still said I had 2 cents of buying power, so it's not like Robinhood sold those shares and credited me for those. They were just gone. So then I searched that stock ticker again, and it says this stock is not supported by Robinhood. So I'm like, what the heck? So, it's like it's crashing down. I was out. I don't know the overall total, but when they were at 12 cents, had I sold them at 12 cents a share, I was going to be down 60 cents. So I'm out 60 cents plus now on that one. The bonehead move I made this morning is I had the stock that I bought late yesterday. It was real low. It's typically selling around 14.5 cents, and it had a nice dip at the end of the day. So, I bought 50 shares. Let everything settle last night. As soon as the market opened today, or before the market opened today, when I saw all this mess, and I think maybe that's where I wasn't in the right frame of mind, and I made this really bonehead move. I saw that it was way up. So it was up over, I bought it at like 13.5 cents. It was 13.6, I believe I bought it at. Somewhere in there, who cares? It's stupid. But it was up at 14.2. So I'm like, all right, that's usually where it's at. So what typically happens is the market this is the luck I've been having, is the market opens and that drops from 14.2 down to like something stupid like 13. So I'm like, you know what? I am going to game the system. Boy, was I wrong, because the system gamed me. So I put in a stop loss. I put in a stop loss at, it was just below, so it was at like 14.1 instead of 14.2, because you have to set it lower than it's at. Market opens, get a notification, 50 shares sold at 13.6, whatever it was. I ended up losing on this thing. I was like, oh, that was so dumb. I should have known it would do that. But I thought by setting that stop loss before the market opened, it would start at that price that it was at pre-market, and it didn't. It started at the price that it dropped to at the opening bell. So got boned on that one. Another reason I think there's a glitch with the Robinhood, not just because of that stock that just vanished into thin air, so I'm out that money, but after the market opened, again, that's when I actually noticed that percentage. Right at market open, I'm down to $130, and it says that I am down $49.28 on the day. Now, I took this within 5 minutes of the market opening, and it said I'm already down $50 bucks, which, as you saw before the market opened, it already said I was, down that $49, so I'm down 27.3%. So I'm hoping this is just a glitch. It's going to work itself out. So I just want to jump on here, ramble a little bit, just express my frustrations at some of my bonehead moves this week. But really, it's been a good week overall. I'm at 130. That's what I started the week off. We've got an entire day of trading today to make up. I just jumped into a position on a stock that dipped. Hopefully by the end of the day, that'll be up, so I can start making a a little bit of this back. I'm hoping this is not the end. I am hoping the walls around Cody are not crumbling. Like, I wanted to say that I had some kind of natural knack at this, and that I was just really good at picking up the trends, and that the statement that I made on a previous video that I'm doing so well on blind luck wasn't true, that I actually understand and have a grasp on some of this stuff. But then I keep making, I get a glitch or whatever happened there, and then you make some bonehead moves and it makes you question everything. So I'm going to stay positive. Hopefully we gain a little bit of ground by the end of the day. I will report back. Thank you for tuning in. I'm done rambling. I'm going to let you all enjoy your Friday. I'm going to go home. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. That's basically, I need to wake up, I think is what I need to do. I need to get my head in this friggin' game before I lose it all, because we do not want to lose it all. I want you to be able to tune in a year from now, and we're over, we're well over $1,000. I mean, that's what I'd love to see. Not that 3 weeks from now, I'm doing like a final video because we lost everything. I don't foresee that happening, but wow, it has been a bad week. I mean, when I initially did that screenshot to do my midweek video, I thought I was going to have all this great news to report out, and then, as soon as I get up this morning, go out, had a school function with the kids first thing this morning, and I look at where we're starting the day at, and it's like, oh my gosh, what happened? So I do hope that when you get your beginning of the week update, that I've got some good news for you. Update, I talked about doing a dividend video as a stinger video. I am working on information for that. I'm just putting the final details through for that, so stay tuned for that. That'll just be completely separate from these update videos, but I appreciate your time. I appreciate those of you tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, because I know I'm getting views where we're not liking and subscribing, so I can't keep track of you. Please comment. Let me know what you think of these. Let me know how we're doing. Let me know if there's things you want to see, things you want me to talk about. If you want me to do less rambling, I will do less rambling. I will try. But like I said, this one went a little bit long because I'm going off script. So when I don't take some notes, I tend to just ramble on. So enjoy your Friday. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care. A lot of trick or treats out there this weekend. So be safe out there. Hope the kids get a lot of candy. Thank you.